Hi, and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this bank holiday Monday. Hope you enjoyed having the extra day and you're looking forward to a nice week ahead. Our theme today is calm. So let us just practice using our breath to bring calmness to ourselves. So we'll dip in and out of that throughout the practice, but it is a great technique to use when everything around you is going la la, to be able to just close your eyes and take a breath and center yourself. So we will dip in and out of that as we go through the practice. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So let us begin our practice lying down. Bending your knees, having your feet about shoulder width apart. And letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. Letting go of all your roles, responsibilities, labels. Just bringing yourself to your mat. Becoming aware of yourself on your mat. Aware of where your feet are pointed, where your head is, the space you're occupying on your mat. Noticing the texture of the mat beneath your feet. The connection of the whole back of your body with the mat. Being aware of your knees just floating. Softening the shoulder blades into the mat. And letting your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. Focusing on the movement of your breath through your body. Noticing how your body reacts to the breath as it travels through. Having the breath nice and smooth and steady. A nice even flow. Extending that exhale. And taking 2 more breaths here. Keeping the knees bent, draw the arms all the way to the floor behind you. And drawing them back down by your sides. synchronizing it with the breath, inhaling as you draw the arms all the way behind, and exhaling as you bring them back down by your sides. 3 more times. And then from here, lifting the feet up off the mat, keeping the knees bent, hugging the knees into the chest. And let's circle those ankles. Going first in one direction, and then taking it in the opposite direction. And then holding on to the backs of the thighs, so you can just let the thighs come a little away from the chest. And let's just raise and lower the legs, bending those knees as we do. 5 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Letting the feet come down onto the mat, shoulder width apart. And we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So first of all, press your spine all the way into the mat. So your cheekbones are just lifted a little off the floor. And then take the alternate, just tilting that pelvis so that the small of your back draws away from the mat. And again, letting the pelvis rise and the pelvis roll and the small of the back come fully connected with the mat. And changing it. And rolling through that 3 more times. Synchronizing with the breath. Exhaling as the spine draws down to the mat. Inhaling as you tilt the pelvis and take it away. And then coming back to a center point between those 2 extremes. And lifting both legs up. You'll notice the spine once again comes fully connected to the mat. Legs raised, and from here let's just cycle with those legs, pedaling away and keeping that going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging the knees into the chest. Just take a gentle sway from side to side. And coming to stillness. Let the feet come down onto the mat as you roll over onto your side and making your way up to stand at the top of your mat. Feet hip width apart, equal weight on both feet, that weight evenly distributed across the feet, standing up nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, lengthen through the spine. And from here, drawing the arms up over the head, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. And sweeping down into a forward fold. So bending those knees as you come into it, just allowing the body to warm up, allowing the stretch to just start to happen. And then lengthen your spine or halfway lift. And forward fold again. Bending the knees. Bring the hands onto the mat and step that right leg back. Having that left knee over the left ankle, raising the arms up, low lunge. Arms running up past the ears. Engaging that core as you exhale. And let's take it through to a plank. And if for any reason you're struggling in plank, or if you've had any injuries or anything that make plank difficult, you can always be on your knees for plank with your feet out. It's not quite as effective, but it's still effective. So it's still a good pose to do if you're compromised with doing your plank. One more breath. And then come down on your knees and feet, elbows in as you lower the chest down and then the belly. And let's draw up into your little baby cobra and push on through your tabletop to make your way up nice and slowly into your downward dog. Just one at a time, stretching those legs until you're ready to come to stillness. And if you find downward dog relatively easy and you want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge, you can just raise the toes up off the mat and you feel a little bit more of a stretch. And let's stretch that right leg back and step it through. Low lunge. And then framing the foot, stepping up into your forward fold. Getting a little deeper now. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, palms together. Raise the gaze and take a breath. Flowing through, forward fold. And lengthen the spine or halfway lift. And forward fold again. Let's step that left leg back for low lunge. And take it through to your plank. And coming down, knees and feet, chest and belly, and drawing into your cobra. Pushing through, downward dog. Let your breath just help with the stretch. So get yourself into your pose. And when you're in your pose, then inhale. And as you exhale, just encouraging that stretch to go a little deeper. Lifting that left leg out behind you. Let's step it through. Low lunge. And stepping it up to forward fold. Coming all the way up. Bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. Close the eyes. Focus on your breath. breathing calmness into your body. Nice, slow, deliberate, long breaths that you direct into your belly. One more breath here. And bringing the arms up over the head again, raising the gaze. We're following on from our theme on Friday of sun salute with different poses interspersed. So let's sweep down into a forward fold. And halfway lift. Forward fold again. And let's step the left leg back this time. We're going to line up the feet. Let the right hand come down so that the heels are lined up. The right foot stays pointing to the front. Turn the left foot in a little bit. Keep this right knee bent. Raise the arm up. Triangle. 3 breaths here. And then let that right arm rest on the right thigh as you draw that left arm past the ear, extended side angle. Having that chest nice and open so the shoulders are stacked on top of each other. And then rising up, keeping that right leg bent into warrior two. Just watch your position, that you don't have your kind of shoulders in front of your hips. We want to keep the torso centered. Arms in a T looking out. And then drawing that left arm over as you frame the foot, stepping back into your plank. And coming down onto your mat, whatever way you like. Maybe straight down or maybe through your knees, feet, chest and belly, and drawing into your baby cobra. Pushing through to your downward dog. And then stretching that left leg out behind you, stepping it through, lining up the heels. Let that left hand come inside the left knee. Raise the right arm up for your triangle with your bended knee. And then letting the arm rest on the left leg as you draw that right arm past the ear, keeping those shoulders nice and square, or at least on top of each other. Watch the angle of that left knee, that it keeps steady. And then rising up to your warrior two. Again, just keeping an eye on the torso. And bringing that right arm around to frame the foot. Stepping that right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze. Sweeping down nice and deep now into your forward fold. And lengthen the spine or halfway lift. And forward fold again. Stepping that right leg back to line it up with the left. Bending that left knee as you raise the right arm up for your triangle. Lining up the shoulders. Let the gaze look towards the ceiling. And taking it into an extended triangle or side angle. Watching that knee, maintaining the bend. And coming up to your warrior two. Keeping the shoulders soft. Drawing the right arm around onto the mat, stepping it back into your plank. And then making your way down onto your mat to come through to your back bend. Keeping that gaze on the mat so this neck stays nice and long. And then pushing through to your downward dog. Raising the right leg out behind you and stepping it through, lining up those heels, bending this right knee. Triangle. With each exhale, you're engaging your core, but you're also just giving a little bit more effort to the pose. And then taking it into your extended side angle. And from here through to the warrior two. Keeping the shoulders soft, torso in the center. And then let's frame the foot, step the left foot up. Nice deep forward fold. And bend the knees. Coming all the way up, bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Let's take 3 breaths here, really thinking about bringing calm to the whole of your body. Utilizing the breath to spread that calmness throughout. And then from here, if you've traveled down the mat a little bit, just travel back up to the top of it again. Again, checking in with those feet, hip width apart, pointing straight in front of you. Raising the arms up, palms together, raise the gaze. Take a breath. And sweep through, forward fold. Nice and deep now in the forward fold, getting that rib cage as close to your thighs as you can. And lengthen spine. Forward fold again. This time we're stepping the right leg straight back. Bending this left knee. We're coming up into a warrior one. So you might want to have the feet a little bit wider on the mat. Square the hips. Having a nice bend in the knee so it's over the ankle. Raising up the arms past the ears. 3 breaths here. Remembering to engage the core with the bend, or with the exhale. And then from here, we're folding forward over this left leg. And then we're going to begin to open it out, getting a nice deep stretch over this front leg. See if you can use the breath to help you get a little deeper with each exhale. And then from here, stepping it back into our plank. And coming down onto your mat. Trying to make the move nice and smooth. Drop into your back bend. And push through to downward dog. One more breath here. Let's stretch that right leg out behind you, stepping it through to your warrior one. Getting yourself into the position first, squaring the hips, making sure those legs are okay, there's a nice distance between them. Bend in that right knee so it's over the ankle. And then hinging forward here and starting to extend that stretch in the right leg. And stepping it up into a full forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze. Sweeping forward, forward fold. Deepening each time. And lengthen the spine or halfway lift. Forward fold again. This time we're stepping the left leg back for your warrior one. Keeping the shoulders soft.
And folding forward over this right leg, stretching it out. Deeper and deeper with each breath. And stepping it back into your plank. Remembering to keep a softness in the elbows in your plank, and make your way down onto your mat. Coming through your back bend and into downward dog. One more breath here. And let's stretch that left leg out behind you, stepping it through for warrior one. And through to your forward fold over this leg. And let's step that right foot up to meet the left for your forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. And taking 3 calming breaths here. And once again, raising those arms up over the head, palms together, raise the gaze. Sweeping down, forward fold. Lengthening the spine or halfway lift. And forward fold again. Bending the knees, coming up, bringing the hands onto the hips as you shift the weight into the left leg and draw that right foot up onto the calf or the thigh, whichever feels right for you today, but keeping that knee at a right angle. Bringing the hands into prayer. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to let that right leg come out behind you as you hinge at the hips. You might want to bring your arms out into a T to just help with the balance a little bit. One more breath, hopefully more balanced than me. Let that right leg come down onto the mat, come onto your knee for a low lunge. and through the rest of the flow. Three breaths in your plank. Making your way down. Back bend up. Through to downward dog. Stretching that right leg out behind you. Step it through for a low lunge. And then bringing the hands down either side of the foot, stepping up. Coming up to stand as we put the left leg now at a right angle and place it on the calf or the thigh. Finding your point of balance and focusing on your breath. And then from here, again, more gracefully than me hopping around the place, let's keep the weight in the right leg, drawing that left leg out behind you. And having the hands either in prayer at the chest or out in a T, like an airplane. And then step that left leg up to the top of the mat. Feet hip width apart. Hands over the head. Raise the gaze. Sweeping through forward fold. And lengthening the spine. Forward fold again. Bend the knees to come up. And again, shifting the weight into the right leg. Let's draw that left leg up to the calf or the thigh. Just keeping it away from your knee, wherever you have it. And having that left knee at a right angle to the right knee. And taking it from here to bend forward, raising that left leg up. Letting the left foot come down behind you as we make our way into low lunge. Knee comes down. And through to your plank. Making your way down. And draw up into your baby cobra. And through to your downward dog. Let's stretch that left leg out behind you. Stepping it through to low lunge. And then coming up to stand, shifting the weight into the left leg as we raise the right leg up to the calf or the thigh, finding your point of stillness, keeping that knee at a right angle. And from here, let the right leg come behind you as you hinge forward, hands in prayer or out in airplane. And then stepping that right foot up beside the left as you come into a forward fold. Bending the knees, coming all the way up, bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. Three nice calm breaths here. And then one last sequence each side, drawing the arms up over the head, raise the gaze. Sweeping through, best forward fold. And lengthening the spine. Forward fold again. Bringing the hands down, stepping that right leg back. Low lunge. Keeping those arms running up past the ears, soften the shoulders. Bring the hands down to frame the foot, curling that back toe to come into runner's lunge. And from here, we're going to rise up into a high lunge. So you're on the toes of that back foot, lifting up with the torso, arms up. One more breath here. And let's take it through then into our plank. And down, knees and feet, chest and belly. Drawing the forehead and chest away. And push through to downward dog. Each exhale, just pressing away from the hands a little more. Looking for a little more stretch in the back legs. And then let's raise that right leg up and step it through. Low lunge.
And then through to your runner's lunge. And from here, taking it into your high lunge. If you find you're a little wobbly in your high lunge, again, just widen that distance between your legs widthwise and come into your high lunge. And then let's frame the foot again, stepping that left leg up beside the right. Forward fold, bending the knees, coming all the way up, last side. Raise the gaze. Sweeping through, forward fold. And halfway lift. Let's go through forward fold again. Left leg back this time for a low lunge, stepping that left leg back as far as you can. Challenging yourself now for the rest of the poses. Taking it through to your runner's lunge. Pushing out through that back heel. And from here, lifting up to your high lunge. Framing the foot to step it back into your last plank of the day. And coming down onto your mat as you rise up into your back bend. Keeping the gaze on the mat as you do, and push through to downward dog. Stretching that left leg out behind you. Let's step it through. Low lunge. And from here into your runner's lunge. And lifting up to your high lunge. From here again, framing the foot, step that right leg up so you come into your forward fold. And bend the knees, coming all the way up, bringing those hands down into prayer at the chest. Taking 3 calming breaths here.
And then from here, just hinging at the hips to come into a forward fold, making your way down through your tabletop to come and lie on your mat with your knees bent, hugging those knees into the chest, just gently sway from side to side. Coming to stillness. And then let the legs come out long. The feet flop out to the side. Arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards. Soften the body. And just let it relax and release after all that work. Letting go of your toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go of the tops of your feet, your heels and ankles, calves and shins. Letting go of the backs of your knees and the fronts of your knees. The backs of your thighs and the fronts of your thighs. Letting go of your glutes and pelvis. The whole back of your body, rib cage, shoulder blades. Letting go of the whole front of your body, chest and shoulders. Your armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, backs of your hands, palms of your hands, and your fingers. Letting go of the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. The whole of your body, let it go. And take a moment of gratitude here. Gratitude to your breath and its ability to bring us calmness. And let your attention go to your breath as you inhale through your belly, through your nose into your belly. Pause and then exhaling through your nose. And imagine you're in your favorite place in the world, filled with calmness. And spend a little time here.